Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne. My name is Beth, and I'm back today to, oh my gosh, record the April 2025 horoscope for you guys with the tarot. I did one using some charms, but I felt like it was going to be more of a timeless reading. This one is for the month of April. Obviously, we've already started the month, so this could lead into May for some of you. I also want to put it out there that it could also be timeless. Some of you may be watching this later in time, and I did want to say in the beginning of my video, by the way, I'm recording with a new phone. I'm so excited about it today. I wanted to say that the best way to watch my videos actually is to watch them later in time, is to scroll and stop. It's to pick a random video, think of a question, think about your situation, think about, some of the things that you're wanting to know, or like if you're even just wondering, okay, like are things gonna get better, or if, like what's gonna come through, I would pick a random video, I would scroll and stop. That's the best way to watch my videos. People, watch them kind of in linear, who are expecting linear, concrete things. That's not how spirit operates. Spirit comes through when it needs to come through at the time that you need it to come through. So essentially, that's how, I'm operating here with my videos. But yeah, I'm back today. I'm excited for this reading. As you can see, all of the tarot I've laid out, it is all in reverse. And it's kind of wild that it's in reverse. It just kind of came out that way today. My guides are like, just go with it and see what you get. I also have this little corner here with some charms as well, which I found very fascinating. There's some really cool things coming for April, like I said, early May. And yeah, I'm really excited to kind of jump in here and see what we get. For those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. I have been reading tarot for a long time now. I am offering private readings, so if you'd like to book a reading, you can do that. I offer split payments, but I also want to remind everybody, if I send an invoice through PayPal, people can pay using a credit card or using a whole bunch of different options now if I send an invoice through PayPal. So just reminding everybody about that. And just special thank you to everybody who's donated. I ask for donations. I've been asking for donations in the beginning of my videos now because I'm spending so much time recording, and I have spent so much time recording, and I make nothing from it because none of them have Google ads. So essentially, it's all free across all three platforms. My Well Called Moon channel, which by the way is new, so please like and subscribe if you haven't checked out my Well Called Moon channel. But also please like and subscribe if you are new here to my Oracle Daphne channel, and check out my IG page. I've got like over 1,000 videos over there, and I'm really enjoying the content over there as well. So yeah, all the links will be below as far as donations. All donations are really appreciated. Small, medium, large donations, I appreciate all of them. I appreciate everybody's support and love, and all the, for the work that I do. So yeah, so let's jump in. Today is like really cool because we got all these cool things coming through. The first thing I want to start with is the Crane Lake Cork, okay, which it just kind of popped out like when I was laying things out. And the Crane Lake Cork represents, I kept it because the word crane represents actually kind of more of a archetypal life path or path that you're on, which is the heron path. And the heron path is very, very lucky. The heron path is a path that represents a lot of times moving, but it can also represent just a lot of things kind of falling into place, which you've needed to fall into place, or which has been like a long time coming, or it's sort of like the changing of the guard kind of, or like the turn of the dime. It's like things changing on a dime kind of like, or maybe you could say like the darkest before the dawn, like when things have gone to real crap. that's when the heron shows up and is like, okay, we're going to give you the job now. Okay, we're going to bless you with some money now. Okay, we're going to, have some relationship fall into place now. And so it's sort of like when the heron or this shows up, it's very, very lucky. Things can change and turn for the better that you're not expecting. This is getting the loan when you need to get the loan, being approved for the credit card. This is moving into a dream home. This is for some of you, like, that need a job, getting a job. All the blessings that you would expect in life come through the heron when you're on the heron path. But it's usually at a point where you're maybe not thinking that good things can happen anymore, or maybe it's after a period of grief or after a period of time where things were not going well. Okay, things were not going well. And so it's like the turning of things, the turning of the tide shows up with the heron. There's a duality with the heron because the heron is a bird that has its feet in the water, but it also flies. And so it's a beautiful archetype. It's one of my favorites. Those of you who are watching, you can expect a lot of blessings to come through, things that you have wanted to come through, and you can expect things that will change things for the better to come through in your life with that message. And I also feel like for some of you, it's big things, because we have the key also. The key popped out, and the key is like a whole package kind of deal. So some of you, it is starting a new family, or it is starting a new relationship that's going to lead to marriage and children and having a life with someone. For some of you, it's it could be a business deal or something larger in size that comes through that's going to really open up opportunities for you, like in the future. For some of you that are watching, like that maybe do business deals or have some contracts or things, like maybe, like I'm thinking, my dad, he was a dentist. So like there were times in which he had large cases come through, things that would come through that he took that were really extensive. So for some of you, this is like maybe taking on a new client or accepting a new opportunity that's really big or that's really promising. It could be a large amount of money as far as that comes through from it as well. But most of the time, this is relationship related. And so for some of you that are wanting to have, a partner, get married and have children and settle down, that is something that will be coming through. That is the message here for you. There is some in the beginning of April, okay, and we are at that time right now, some frustration, some energies of frustration. We have the Temperance in reverse, and that's being so, like, in some ways so angry and so upset, but you're so exhausted. Like there's emotional fatigue, there's mental fatigue, not really having the energy to fight, not feeling like you're wanting to fight. That's the energy here with this. But there's a beautiful outcome. Like there's some beautiful cards later down the line in time, which I wanted to talk about because for some of you, it's important to know and important to hear, how things could go. Now, I'm not saying this is how they're going to go, but this is how I see them going. I do feel like later in time, you're going to need to pay attention to your health, making sure you're eating right and you are sleeping right. And I say that almost like every video. So if you're new, I say that to like everybody essentially, because most people aren't taking care of themselves. I feel that there is something to do with either a death in the family or some energy of someone that may be close to you that passes away. And it's sort of like after they pass away, because we have the Eight of Cups here, after they pass away, there's going to be a lightening of the load that you're carrying. This might also be, if let's just say that doesn't come to pass, this might also be something where you go through this period of time where you're very focused on your health and your health changes for the better. Like there's a lot of deep healing here. The Eight of Cups is my favorite card in the whole deck, okay, in the reverse. And there is nothing better than the Eight of Cups. This is harmony at its finest. So it's like deep healing here. Like you know, maybe some of you are going to be, you know, recovering from being sick, or maybe you're taking care of a loved one who's had surgery or is in the hospital. For some of you, it might be like a caretaker or somebody like that. But I definitely see like some healing here. And regardless of what you do for a living, the healing is going to come probably unexpectedly, because it's sort of like hanging in there for too long. The Hanged Man is hanging on for too long. And then the Eight of Cups happens, and it's just like this beautiful harmony, this beautiful healing, this beautiful energy. Sorry, I had to adjust my legs. I feel like for some of you, the healing is going to come, I want to say, through some family member. This could be a family member that's extended family, adopted family. This is not necessarily like blood relative here. For some of you, it is a blood relative, but I definitely feel like there's some healing to be had with family. This card, like, also to me represents, I want to say, going home. There's a song by Daughtry. I did like this whole video about Daughtry before I had lost housing, and this is like that song that I heard, which is about going home. And for some of you, you might be traveling home, or you might be thinking about where home is. And for some, this is relocating. For some, this is a passing away again of somebody who, this is a family member that passes away. But for many of you, this is about going home, maybe taking a trip to go home, examining where you want to put down roots, thinking about where home is for you. And when I say going home is really, to me, more about a feeling than anything. Going home is a feeling that you get of safety, of security. It doesn't necessarily mean, okay, this is like you going home like to a specific place. For some of you, maybe. This is, you know, a feeling of healing around, I want to say, your home or home life. I feel like in some way this is a completion point. Mars is moving into the sign of Leo on April 18th. And so we will have reached a completion point for it having been, oh my God, in a very fussy, moody, challenging the sign of Cancer since September. So those of you who have had, you know, have felt really moody, or felt really like you were on a roller coaster, or like things had really gone sideways somehow, this is straightening out. This is straightening out of that energy. And so the way I read it is, we also have the 10 of Wands in reverse. And the 10 of Wands in reverse is all of this stuff that she's been carrying is falling away. So there's a lightening of the energy where it's like no longer carrying so much of a heavy load or so many responsibilities, not taking on the world by yourself, saying no to things, and really simplifying your life, not having so much on your plate. For some of you, this is maybe considering going on vacation or going someplace that brings you some healing or rejuvenating. Some of you may be doing like a retreat, or like going on a spa trip, or this could be a beach vacation for some of you. I feel like mostly overall, it represents your life and how it's going to feel later in time. And the way I see it going is, I see that there's just the lightening of the load, putting down roots, and feeling really good about your life and your health. There may be some impatience though, and feeling of like when am I gonna get there? How long is this gonna take? This is all like Mars and Cancer dragging its feet. Oh my God. Like avoidance type situations, not wanting to, feeling motivated to get things done, not wanting to leave the house. For some people, like this is, you know, a changing of that energy, because Mars is moving out of Cancer finally. So I definitely feel like it's very positive. I also see that between now and then, some of you may be overworked or overworking yourself. And that is, I also want to say, another symptom of Mars in Cancer, because it has that challenging Capricorn shadow. And anytime a planet is, like anytime there's a transit, let's just say the transit is in the sign of Cancer, then the shadow is going to be the Capricorn. So for some of you, this has been challenges at work. This has been career issues. This has been job issues. This has been hours issues, money issues, not getting ahead issues, because Mars has been in the sign of Cancer. And so between now and then, I definitely feel some of you need to take a break or take more breaks. I definitely feel some of you are working yourself to death. You could use a night out. The Page of Wands in this position is really needing to go out, needing to let your hair down, not cook every meal, going to restaurants, going out with friends, having more of a social life. I meet a lot of people on YouTube, I don't know why, that struggle with their dating life, their love life. And it's not just like YouTube alone, the people that watch YouTube alone, but I definitely feel like the people that I meet through YouTube really, really struggle in this regard. But I definitely feel like for many of you, you're going to need to examine, okay, like, what are you doing for fun? Are you going out? Are you cooking dinner every day? If you are, then it's kind of time to examine, okay, well, how can I do things that bring me joy? How can I do things that are fun? How can I, even if it's free? And I always talk to people about doing things that are free, because you can do things that are free and still have fun and still take time for it. So if that means getting outside and going for a hike somewhere, or if that means just going for a walk or a run somehow, I definitely feel like some of you, there is this energy of either you're going, and like that's like you don't stop, or like if you do stop, there's like fatigue. And so like I feel like there is this kind of push-pull energy in the month of April between these two cards, between these two energies. It's, feeling like you really can't keep up and you're overworking yourself, and then at the same time needing to slow down, needing to rest, needing to be like, okay, I need to like take a step back. I have felt that myself personally today, especially. But I was excited to record because I'm a little late getting into the sign of, month of April, but with the horoscope. Okay, let me see. There were some other things that I saw here. I have the turtle here, and in particularly, like every time the turtle has showed up in the past, this can be another frustrating energy where things moving slowly. And, Mars in Cancer, it is slow. It's a water sign. It's not driven. Cancer is like all about home and family and kind of like a rainy day kind of sign. So like some of you may feel frustrated with the energy moving slowly, or have felt frustrated with the energy moving slowly. But I definitely feel that when Mars moves into the sign of Leo, that there's going to be a lot of opportunities for expansion, specifically financially for you. For some of you, you'll be spending more than maybe you have in the past. For some, you're going to be looking at investments. For some, you're going to be receiving more money somehow, or making more money somehow. We have the clover here right next to the turtle. So to me, that's beautiful things happening. It's just maybe taking longer than you're wanting it to happen. So like as an example, like I was waiting on this check to come through, something that I did back in January, and I thought it was going to come January 13th. Well, then they said, well, actually it's going to come towards the end of the year. So then I was like, okay, that's like a huge delay. It's like 9 months of difference. And I was waiting on that, and I was hoping on that. So again, there may be some things that come through later in time, or for some of you, and I want to do a special video about this. For some of you, it's going to be where things from the past come through. Things from the past. And because we're at the very tail end of this Mars in Cancer, challenging energy. And there's also a lot of planets in Pisces, which is about, it's the end of the zodiac. It's the end. And so for some of you, it's things coming through at the last second, at the tail end, like just when you can't take it anymore, that's when it comes through. So again, it's kind of just like this energy of slow, slow, slow. When's it going to come? And then it finally does. And then slow, slow, slow. Like, when am I going to make progress in work, or when am I going to make progress in life? And then it does. So I definitely feel like there's a lot of optimism here for the forward trajectory of the energies in time. Some of you may be feeling very challenged at this time. I definitely feel the things that are going to help is if you eat right. Specifically, we have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. I'm seeing that. So definitely, like, this is not a time to skimp on your vegetables and eat pizza only. This is a time where you're going to want to eat like a salad every day and make sure you're getting in your electrolytes and you're, drinking a lot of water. Mars in Cancer, we have, I think, Venus in Cancer, we have Venus in Pisces, Saturn in Pisces. It's just a lot of water. North Node in Pisces, we have that conjunction. So it's just like a lot of energy about water. And so some of you really do need to, at this time, focus on sleep and focusing on drinking enough, making sure you're getting in your electrolytes, things like that. I definitely feel emotionally, emotionally speaking, and most of the time I don't focus on emotions, but emotionally, some of you may have felt very, very fatigued, or may during this period of time feel emotionally fatigued, but I definitely feel that changing as well. That's not going to be forever. We do have this star in reverse, and so this is about absolutely your guides and angels rooting for you and coming through for you. And things coming through maybe in like a divine timing that is very blessed. So there's going to be some blessings that come through that maybe help you kind of move away from this emotional drudgery. It's a very heavy emotional load for some of you. It's like, if I can explain Mars and Cancer, it's sort of like the kind of person that has so many issues that they can't process it emotionally at all. And there's like this backlog of all this stuff that they need to process, and they're just deeply unhappy. So those of you who have felt really unhappy during this period of time, I definitely feel like that there's going to be things that really shift for you, and shift in the energy and shift in the astrology, which help. And I've seen there were some other people that talked about this as well. I'm not the only psychic that has noted that there's going to be some shifts that bring a lot more emotional fulfillment. That's what I want to say. Whether it's your love life, because this heart keeps popping out here, or whether it's your finances, or in your career somehow, or it's just like a turning of energy, which is really, really positive. I noticed that the time on that I'm recording, it's 2227 right now. So it's like, the 222 energy can be a time of growth, a time where there's a lot of challenges. So I definitely feel like some of you are going to be moving away from that, or shifting out of this energy. It may be that you have to go through some tough stuff this month in order to kind of get to this energy shift. But I definitely don't want to be like, okay, just shut down and then wait until it's over, although it might feel like you kind of want to do that. For some of you, you may really want to nurture yourself a lot during this period of time. And that's kind of like the way through it, honestly. Cancer needs a lot of nurturing. So self-nurturing is really going to be key for most of you here. Okay, I'm going to leave off here. Thank you guys so much. I'm so excited I was able to actually record for this long on this phone. Definitely check me out over on my other channel, The Whale Called Moon. If you can send a donation, that would make my whole world spin. I just wish you guys all the best. Thank you guys so much. I send everyone big hugs, big kisses, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. Take care. Bye, guys.